All right. I want to give you three agricultural farming systems that you can cultivate to make money. Three agricultural farming system. Number one is cassava. Cassava is highly demanding in our society today, Nigeria especially, because we use cassava for gari, we use cassava for fufu, we use cassava for starch and flour. So the market of cassava is highly demanded. So if you want to go into agricultural farming system, cassava is profitable. It's a lucrative farming system and it's very profitable. 90% of Nigerians consume gari every day. 90% of Nigerians consume fufu every day. Even a child of 1 year eat gari, eat fufu. So cassava is profitable if you want to go into farming. Number two is yam. Yam farm is a lucrative farming system that is highly demanding in Africa. Yam farming. Yam farming is very, very demanded. When you go into yam farming, my brother, you can never lack. You will never lack because yam is profitable. Unlike some states in Nigeria that cultivate yam, yam is their culture, which is Benue State. Benue State, they cultivate yam like everything. Their major cultivating system is yam. They cultivate yam. So if you go into yam farming, it's very profitable. So I will take you back again to number one, to the cassava farming. If you ask me how will you start the cassava farming, if you are staying in the village, you can go into any piece of land and rent the land. But if you are staying in the city where land is very scarce, everywhere is building, you can go to a new site at least 1 hour 30 minutes from your location. You can go down and rent a site and rent a plot of land and you start cultivating your cassava. And cassava is due to 6 months, 7 months, cassava is due to harvest. You can harvest them or you can just sell them with the tubers there, with the ground. You can just sell them with the tuber with the ground. It's very profitable. If you want to sell them, you can look for a local buyer. The buyer can come and buy the cassava farm, or you go to when you need the stem, you go to the local market and look for a stem there. You start planting them. It's very profitable. So when we go into the yam farm, which is the number two, yam farming is demandable in our society. We use yam for pounded yam. Yam is good for pounded yam, and people fry yam and eat. When you go to all these all these women at the roadside, they normally fry yam and beans. They use those things. So when you go, the people eat. Yam is very demandable in our society, most especially Nigeria. 90% of Nigerians consume yam every day. So yam farming is demandable. So if you are staying in the village, you can go to your plot of land and cultivate yam. But if you are staying in the city, which you have no land to cultivate yam farm, you can go to a construction site. When you reach at the construction site, ask of the engineer or the site manager, ask them to give you a bags of cement, the empty bags of cement. And when they give you the empty bags of cement, just pack them to your house. And when you get to your house, pack the sand in your compound and fill them there and stack them in your backyard. And you go to the local market, start buying the seedlings, the yam seed, go to the local market and buy the yam seed and start planting them. Just put them there on the bags. If you have 50 bags, if you have 400 bags, as the case may be, yam now, a tubers of yam now is going for 3,000, 4,000 for one, as the case may be in your location. So yam farming is very profitable. If you have 100 bags, 500 bags of yam being stacked, then if you can sell them for 3,000 times it per 50, per 1,000, per anyhow you want it, it's very profitable. So if you want to go into yam farm, go into yam farming. Yam farming is very high demandable in our society. People consume yam every day. Number three, which is the last, is plantain farm. Plantain farm. This one is very important, plantain farm. If you go into plantain farm, my brother, you will never lack. Plantain is very demandable in our society. People eat plantain, even the Chinese eat plantain, even the Americans they eat plantain. In Africa, people like plantain. These are big men food. Big men consume plantain. In fact, if you are going to a big man house and you do not carry plantain, the man will like, well, this guy coming here, he did not carry plantain. So plantain is demandable in our society. 100% eat plantain, they consume plantain every day. So if you are going to a farming system, go into plantain. And this plantain farming, you can do it as a cassava farming. You can just go to the land, to the new site and rent a plot of land and start planting your plantain. Go to the local market and buy the suckers, you start planting your plantain. Just use the organic chemicals and the fertilizer and bring them to boom them to grow well. So this plantain farming is very profitable because people eat plantain, and we use plantain, we fry plantain chips, people eat plantain chips, plantain bole, people eat bole. Every day you consume bole. So plantain farming is very important and profitable and lucrative in our society. So if you are going into this farming system, go to these 3 agricultural farming systems. There are many more, but I just want to bring these 3. So thank you very much. If you know you watch the video up to the time, you can share. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bless you.